Hello everyone, welcome to the second part of the change of responsibility class in design pattern. So we left the previous video with a little bit of an exercise. You have to create three classes called Cash 10 Dispenser, Cash 20 Dispenser, and Cash 50 Dispenser, following an interface that I have provided you with. The idea is that each one of these classes will implement or will try to solve the problem of dispensing a certain amount of money depending on a particular denomination. So let's take a look at how we can implement that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create my three classes. So dispense, actually, let's take a look at the names just to make sure that I have the name correct. So Cash 50 Dispenser. So that's the first class that we're going to create. Now that class must implement the interface that we've been given, which is dispense link. Yeah, so if we save that, of course, it's going to request to have an implementation of the unimplemented methods. So straight away we can see there that that we are missing a couple of things. That we need to have a set next link method. So that is telling me that I should have a next link attribute. And what is the type of the next link? Well, we can see there in the parameter of the setter that it has to be of the type dispense link. So I'm going to say dispense link next link. So in my setter, I can define this as next link equals to next link. Brilliant. Now, let's have a look at where the magic happened. So what should I do for the dispense? Well, remember, what I said in the previous video was that I don't need to dispense any money. It's just as a print statement would be enough. But how exactly print statement is going to do? Well, I need to print the number of notes that the currency requires. So if I'm trying to withdraw, for example, 600 euros, and this is the Cash 50 dispenser, well, I need to give as many notes as I need to fulfill my 600 euros. So that's the first thing I'm going to say. I'm going to say, if my currency that get amount is bigger or equal than 50, then this is a request that I can fulfill. If it's lower than 50, this link is not able to fulfill it because this link is only for note of 50 euro. So if it's less than 50 euro, I need to pass that to the next link. So I'm going to say, in any other case, so I'm going to pass this request to the following link. So I'm going to say next link that dispense, and I pass the currency because there is nothing I can do in this case. Okay, but what if I can? So what if I can actually dispense my amount? So all I need to do then is calculate how many nodes I need to dispense. So for that, I'm going to put that in a variable saying integer nodes, which is the number of nodes, is going to be my currency that get amount divided by 50. So if my amount is 600 divided by 50, then that means that I need to give 12 nodes. If my amount is, I don't know, 100 divided by 50, that means that I need to give only 2 nodes. Now, at this point, I can say system.out.println dispensing nodes of 50 euro. Okay, so I have calculated the amount of nodes that I'm going to dispense, and I'm actually dispensing just with a print statement. Now, the next thing would be, well, what happens if I'm not getting an amount that is divisible by 50? What happens if the number that I have is something like 80? Well, I can give you a 50 euro note, but I still have 30 euro that I cannot dispense. So I need to pass that to the next link in the chain. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to calculate the remainder of this. That is going to be equals to a currency that get amount remainder 50. Now let's do a quick reminder of what the remainder is. If I get the amount and divide it by 50, well, that would give me a whole number plus any remainder. So for example, I always give the example, if I have 3 candy and I have 2 people, how do I divide that? So if I have 3 candy and 2 people, is 1 for each, and I have 1 left. So that would be, that 1 left is my remainder. That's exactly the same thing that is happening here. Whatever remainder I have, I need to pass that to the next element in the chain. So I'm going to say, if the remainder is bigger than 0, or let's say different from 0. So if the remainder is not 0 or bigger than 0, then I want to pass that to the next link. Next link that dispense. And in this case, I'm just going to pass a new currency, a new instance of the currency class, but the amount of the currency is going to be the remainder. Okay. Brilliant. So this is my 50 euro node dispenser. So let's go back to the NTM class, and we can see that my first error has disappeared, but I still have 2 more to go. So we'll do the next 2 dispensers in the next video.